Hello guys, I am Sindar Kaur from 10th standard and today we are going to discover new topic of biology, that is process of digestion in human body. There are many organs involved in this process and there are a lot of activities happening in every organ. So let's see. The journey of food begins at the mouth and ends at the anus. We begin digesting our food as soon as we put it in our mouth. Now, the act of eating or intaking the food is known as ingestion. Our teeth are powerful crushers that cut, chew, shred, and grind the food. Our lips hold the food in. Tongue pushes the food inside the mouth as it mixes with saliva. We have salivary glands in our mouth which secrete a liquid called saliva. Saliva contains many enzymes which moisten the food and break it down into smaller particles, thus making it soft and smooth like a paste. The tongue, which is actually a powerful muscle, pushes the food into the esophagus. This process is called swallowing. Now the second organ is esophagus. The esophagus is a long, thin tube which transports the food from the mouth to the stomach. This tube is inside our neck. It is also called the gullet or the food pipe. The strong muscles in the wall of this tube squeeze and push the food down into the stomach. Now the third organ is stomach. Our stomach is a J-shaped strong muscular bag that can stretch to store the food. It works like a food blender. Acidic fluids in our stomach called digestive juices aid in breaking down of food. The food in stomach stays nearly for 3 to 4 hours. Now, liver. The liver is the largest and the busiest organ inside our body. It does many different jobs, out of which 3 are very important. It produces thick green fluid called bile, which is stored in small pear-shaped bag called gallbladder. Bile is a digestive juice which helps in breaking up the fats are eaten. This makes it easier for fatty food to be digested in the stomach and intestine. The digested food is absorbed in the body cells known as absorption, and the absorbed food is used to provide energy or form new protoplasm called assimilation. The liver leaves the blood of poisonous and waste. Pancreas. The pancreas produces many enzymes which are released into the small intestine. The intestine needs these enzymes to produce insulin, a hormone which controls the sugar level in our blood. When the pancreas does not produce enough insulin, we tend to get diabetes. Small intestine. When the food leaves the stomach, it enters into the small intestine, which is nearly 1 meter long. The small intestine carries out most of the digestive processes, absorbing almost all of the nutrients you get from foods into your bloodstream. Large intestine. The large intestine is a long tube around 1.5 meter long that surrounds the small intestine. It is at the end of the digestive system. It receives remains of food from small intestine. Excess water and salts are absorbed here, and the waste products from the digestive food moves down in the end of the tract. The undigested food stays up to 12 hours before it is pushed out of the body. Rectum. It is a 12-meter long tube at the end of the large intestine which holds the feces or food waste. When it fills up, we feel the need to get freshened up. Anus. The anus is the final destination. It is an opening in our body at the end of the rectum. The solid waste passes out of the body from here. This process is known as ingestion. Thank you.